What's going on, YouTube? It's Flock Nation Fumbles, the #1 Baltimore Ravens fan on YouTube, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the NFL Divisional Round game predictions. We have a total of 7 more games left for the year, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting down to crunch time. We're about a couple weeks away from the Super Bowl. Just a quick recap of what happened on the wild card weekend before we move on. We had the Los Angeles Rams squeak out a win against the Carolina Panthers on the road. Matthew Stafford, I know they scored a touchdown very lately, and they went down the field and they upsetted the Panthers, who put on a good showing. Matthew Stafford had 304 yards passing for the game. Then after that, we had the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. I believe the Caleb Williams and the Green Bay Packers came back and won that. Rallied back for that game as well. Then on Sunday, we had the Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Allen and the Bills came back, and Trevor Lawrence threw a pick, so Buffalo won that game on the road. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Philadelphia Eagles 23-19, knocking out the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions out of the playoffs. And then the New England Patriots, they knocked the snot out of the Los Angeles Chargers 16-3. Drake May had a okay game, and then Herbert, I think he threw a couple picks, and he did not have a good game. New England's defense definitely carried that game. And then last wild card recap, we had the Houston Texans handling the Pittsburgh Steelers 30-6. C.J. Stroud had a couple of hiccups. Houston defense is crazy good. They fumbled Rodgers, I believe, and also Rodgers threw a pick. So with that being said, let's move on to the divisional games this weekend. We have 2 games on Saturday. We're going to start off with the Buffalo Bills at the Denver Broncos at 4:30. Like I said, Buffalo squeaked out against their win on Jacksonville, 27-24. Denver, being the #1 seed, got a first-round bye, so they've rested for a week. This one's going to be interesting, I think. Well, the question that stands is, will Denver's defense be able to hold down Josh Allen and take away his Superman cape? I don't know. Denver has played them before, if I remember correctly, earlier in the regular season. Let me look. Okay, no, I was wrong. They have not played the Bills yet. So that's interesting, to say the least. And also, it just depends on if Bo Nix plays pretty decent against that mediocre Bills defense. Buffalo did beat the Jaguars, who handled Denver pretty well like a month or 2 ago. Give me the Buffalo Bills upsetting the Denver Broncos. I feel like both #1 seeds are playing on Saturday. I believe one of those #1 seeds is going to lose. So give me the Denver Broncos. They did play each other last year in the playoffs, Denver and Buffalo, and the Bills got them. That's also interesting, but still give me Buffalo. I think it's going to be a close one. Give me, it's going to be 23 to 17 Buffalo. I think this is the year Josh Allen finally gets to the Super Bowl. His path is clear. The path is tough, but he doesn't have to do with Mahomes, Lamar, or Joe Burrow. Um, like all he has left to deal with is Bo Nix, Drake May, and C.J. Stroud. So like Josh Allen is the veteran in this situation, and I believe Josh Allen will put on his super cape again, and he will defeat the Denver Broncos, and the Buffalo Bills will be going to the AFC Championship. Either heading to Houston or heading to New England, I believe, because I think Buffalo was the 6th seed. But give me Buffalo in that game. After that, we have the 8 o'clock game. We have the San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. 49ers beat the Eagles, like I said earlier. Seattle is the number 1 seed in the NFC, so they've had a week to sit and rest and prepare. These two have already played each other recently in Week 18 for the NFC West Divisional title. Seattle won that game 13-3. They limited Brock Purdy pretty well in that game. I think this is going to be a repeat of what happened Week 18. I think it's going to be a little bit more higher scoring than 13-3. But I think Seattle's going to be able to handle San Francisco again. I'm going to have them win 17-14 against the San Francisco 49ers. I feel like the Niners are going to put up a really good fight, but it's not going to be enough, and Seattle and Sam Darnold and that defense is going to be able to pull it through, and I'm going to have Seattle moving on to the NFC Championship against, oh, wait, I'll say who they're playing in a little bit. But they'll be the number 1 seed in the NFC Championship, and whoever wins against Chicago and Rams will head over to Seattle. After that, we have the Sunday games. We start off at 3 against the Houston Texans at the New England Patriots. Houston demolished Pittsburgh single-handedly. New England beat Chargers 16-3. These two teams have not played each other this year yet. I guess the biggest question going into this game is how Drake May will handle the Houston Texans defense. Can he's played pretty decent this year. You could say their schedule's been pretty mediocre. They have not played a defense quite like Houston yet, in my opinion. And I think that's why. I think that's why they're going to lose against Houston. It just depends on how well C.J. Stroud plays, because in my opinion, C.J. Stroud is the weak link of this Houston team. But I think Drake May, this is going to be his first. The Chargers defense is really good, and he played a kind of a mid game. Houston Texan defense, they're going to suffocate this kid. I feel like Houston's going to win. I'm going to give Houston win 27-20. I don't think they're going to beat. They've been beating teams by double digits consecutively this year, along with Jacksonville, I think. And yeah, just like Drake May, I just don't think he's going to be able to handle the Houston defense. And I'm going to have Houston going to the AFC Championship game, hosting the Buffalo Bills. And that's going to be a wild game next week. To finish off the divisional round games, we have the Los Angeles Rams at the Chicago Bears. Rams came back. Both these teams won in a rallying fashion. Chicago's defense against Matt Stafford, that's going to be the biggest question going into this game. Chicago gives up a lot of points, especially the corners. And we'll see how Caleb Williams does against the Rams defense, which is pretty good. Man, this is a toss-up. I really like both of these teams to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Give me the Los Angeles Rams in this matchup. I think this is going to be a high-scoring matchup. I think Caleb Williams is going to do good. I think it's going to be a close one. But I'm going to have the Rams winning 33-30. And the Los Angeles Rams will be going to Seattle for the NFC Championship game for their rubber match, their third matchup against each other. And that should be a barn burner as well. And with that said, that's the end of the video. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. My next video that I'll be doing will be the championship game predictions, and then I'll also do the Super Bowl predictions in that same video. And then after that, I'll tell you kind of like what's the schedule for the off season when it comes to videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.